whole savanna had turned brown, yet one small patch of grass remained green. A hungry goat stood before it. His ribs showed beneath his coat, his mouth was dry, and between his hunger and the grass, there was only a promise. But when the stomach is empty, even a promise can feel far away. My dear ones, what happens when today hurts so much that tomorrow begins to feel unreal? Come closer, my dear ones. The evening wind is moving softly over the dry earth. Settle your heart beside me. Tonight we enter a season when even hope had to be guarded. The villagers remembered it as the great drought for many moons. No rain had touched the plain. The river had narrowed to a ribbon of dark mud. The grazing fields had faded from green to gold, and from gold to dust. Each morning, the goats walked farther in search of food. Each evening, they returned thinner. Among them lived one small brown goat. The drought had slowed him. His legs felt heavy, his stomach tightened through the night. Whenever the dry wind passed, his hunger answered like a hollow drum. Near the edge of the village, the elders had protected one small patch of living grass. They circled it with pale stones. No wooden fence stood there, only stones, and the promise attached to them. This was not ordinary grazing grass. It was the villagers' seed grass. The villagers would let it grow until its seed heads ripened. Then, when the first rains returned, they would scatter those seeds over the empty plain. One protected patch could feed every herd. The herders had also saved a few loose grains in a small cloth pouch, but those grains could begin. Only one small patch, the living grass, was meant to provide the rest. The oldest herder spoke gently. Whenever the animals passed near it, this grass does not belong only to today. It belongs to the season that has not yet arrived. A boundary can look like refusal when we cannot yet see what it is protecting. For many days, the brown goat stayed away. He searched thorn bushes and chewed dry stems that scratched his mouth. But every evening he passed the stones again, and every evening the seed grass looked greener. Behind him lay a plain with almost nothing. Before him stood soft grass moving in the wind, green, tender, close. At first he lowered his head and walked on. The next day he slowed. On the third day he stopped beside the stones. His stomach tightened, the hollow drum sounded again. No herder stood nearby, only the wind moved between him and the grass. Just one bite, he told the silence. The rain is far away, and a full stomach today is better than a field that may never grow. He stepped closer. One hoof crossed the line of stones, then he drew it back. He lowered his forehead beside the pale stone. The earth beneath it was warm. Beyond the boundary, the grass smelled cool and alive. The grass bent softly toward him, not because it called, only because the wind had changed. But hunger can make ordinary movement feel like permission. The elders have food, he thought. They do not know what this emptiness feels like. He looked at his narrow sides. One mouthful cannot destroy tomorrow. Temptation rarely begins by asking us to destroy everything. It begins by making one small surrender feel harmless. The goat leaned forward, then stopped again. A dry seed pod rolled past for one long moment. Nothing happened. This was the hardest part, only waiting beside relief and refusing to take it. My dear ones, what if the greatest test of wisdom is choosing between relief now and life later? The goat looked toward the horizon. There were no clouds, no smell of rain, only heat, dust, hunger, and the green grass behind the stones. He crossed the boundary. At first, he bit one tender seed head. The grass was cool, its taste moved through him like water. His stomach quieted only a little. So he ate another seed head, then another. The silence did not stop him, the stones did not rise, the sky did not darken, and because no consequence came quickly, the goat believed there would be none. Soon he was no longer eating to survive one more hour, he was eating because stopping had become harder than beginning. Soon he was chewing the green stems down toward the earth, the seed heads disappeared, the green patch opened into bare soil. At last the goat lifted his head. The hollow drum inside him had grown cold, the patch was gone, and Yugurkin stems remained between pale stands. The goat stood very still. You'd eat a laugh for today. Underneath his feet, Talolo had become dust. The goat was no longer hungry, but the silence around him had changed. Before him lay the bare patch, behind him stretched the thirsty plain. And for the first time, he understood that a full stomach could still feel empty. He lowered his nose toward the broken stems. No seed heads remained. The scent of green was gone. Only dust remained where relief had once seemed certain. Soon, the young herder came with a clay bowl of water. He looked at the goat, then at the ground. For a long moment, he said nothing. That silence was heavier than anger. The elders gathered. No one struck the goat. No one shouted. The oldest herder lifted one broken stem. We protected this grass, he said, because hunger would ask someone to forget. The goat lowered his head. He had expected punishment. Instead, he heard sorrow. The days passed. Each time he crossed the village edge, the empty patch was waiting. The relief had lasted only a little while. The absence remained. Then, one evening, the wind changed. It came cooler across the plain. The air carried a scent the village remembered. Rain. Along the horizon, one dark cloud rose, then another. The season they had waited for was finally approaching, but the seed heads prepared for it were gone. The goat looked at the clouds. He had once believed the rain was too far away to matter. Now it was close enough to darken the earth, and there, my dear ones, the hidden truth became clear. Tomorrow had not failed to arrive. He had failed to leave something waiting for it. The first drops fell. They struck the dust one by one, dark circles open across the ground. The goat stood inside the empty patch as rain touched his back. He was alive. He had survived the drought, but around him there was nothing ready to answer the rain. The villagers had kept him alive with dry leaves and distant shrubs. Their mercy had not erased the loss. It had given him time to understand it. The boundary had never existed because the grass lacked value. It existed because the grass carried more value than hunger could see. Then the oldest herder stood beside him. In his hand was the small cloth pouch. The goat had seen before. Inside were the few loose grains saved from the previous season, not many, only enough to begin again slowly. The herder knelt. These cannot restore the whole plain, he said, but they may begin one small patch. The goat watched as the seeds entered the wet soil. The future had not vanished completely, but now it would return more slowly. It would require work, patience, and protection. The goat could not replace what he had eaten, but he could learn to guard what remained. During the weeks that followed, the rain softened the plain. Small shoots appeared inside the stones. The goat came near them each morning. His hunger still spoke, but now he stepped back. He rested beside the boundary. He chased birds away from the young shoots. When other goats approached, he stood between them. And the new grass, his own body, became the fence that had never been there. At first, the patch looked fragile, then it thickened. A few stems became many. Green returned slowly. Not as a reward for regret alone, but through changed behavior. The goat had once consumed the promise. Now he became one of its guardians. And so gentle wisdom teaches us what satisfies every hunger today may leave too little for tomorrow. Patience is not pretending we are not hungry. It is remembering that hunger is not the only voice that deserves to decide. A loving boundary does not always deny life. Sometimes it preserves life until the proper season. So when relief stands close and the future feels far away, pause beside the stones. Ask not only, what will quiet my hunger now? Ask also, what must remain when the rain arrives? My dear ones, what promise in your life needs protection from today's impatience? And what small boundary might actually be guarding your future peace? May wisdom steady you when waiting feels heavy. May you respect the seed inside every wise boundary. May today's hunger never make tomorrow invisible. And when the rain feels far away, may hope teach your heart to leave something growing. If this story brought quiet wisdom to your heart, subscribe and return whenever you need quiet again. And when waiting becomes still, the soul begins to rest. The rain continued through the night inside the pale stones. Then you growls lifted softly. The goat remained beside it, still hungry, still learning. With this time, if you got eat tomorrow, you guarded it.